Students in Nevada Virtual Academy are expected to complete the Scantron Performance Series assessment. So what is the Scantron Performance Series assessment? It is a standards-based assessment, which means students are being assessed on the Common Core state standards. The Scantron Performance Series assessment is also a computer adaptive assessment. The questions adapt to the test taker. So as students are answering questions correctly, the questions become more challenging. And once students begin answering questions incorrectly, they get easier. The Scantron Performance Series assessment assesses your students' current knowledge and their educational growth. So what is required? Students are required to take the math and reading Scantron Performance Series assessments. As the learning coach, what should you do? Make sure to give your child as much time as they need. If they need to complete the assessments over the course of a few days, that is an option. Let your child complete the assessment 100% on their own, even if they ask for assistance. I want to know what your child knows on their own. And finally, let your child work without distraction. As a learning coach, what should you make sure you do not do? Do not remind your child of the time. The assessment is not timed, and we don't want them to feel like they have to rush through it. Do not ask your child about the assessment. Do not help your child with words or problems that are too difficult for them. Do not read any part of the reading passages to the child. Do not help your child narrow down their answer choices. Do not provide any help with reading passages or question content or meaning. And do not hover over the child as they are assessing. I know it is in our nature to assist children when they ask for your help, but for this assessment, it's very important that they are completing it 100% on their own so we can accurately gauge how they're performing. What is the purpose of the Scantron Performance Series assessment? It allows us to gauge the student's current knowledge. Students will also be assessed upon enrollment and at the end of the year. This allows us to view the student's educational growth over the course of the year. How does my student get started? You will need to have your student access the Scantron Performance Series assessments at www.edperformance.com. You will need the site number as well as the student ID. Please pause this video to jot both of those numbers down. What happens after your student finishes? The results will be emailed to you by their homeroom teacher within a week of the end of the testing period. Some extra information that will be helpful for you. Again, this assessment is adaptive. That means no two students will have the same test. All questions on the Scantron Performance Series assessment will be multiple choice. Scratch paper may be used for the math assessment. There is a stop button that students should use for breaks or to pick up with the assessment at a later time. Assessments may become invalidated, thus no score will be available. Assessments can be invalidated for a number of reasons. The most popular reasons are either because they have exceeded the 2-week time period between the student beginning the assessment and ending it. A test may also become invalid if students are clicking through questions quicker than what is considered possible. Finally, a test may become invalidated if a student selects the same answer 5 times in a row. So go ahead, log into edperformance.com, have your student begin their Scantron Performance Series assessments, and if you have any questions, please email your homeroom teacher.